Okay, hi everybody. The prompts that I actually got uh, went through tonight were a little different than the prompts that I'm accustomed to in going live, but it's okay. It took me a couple minutes to get over here. So here I am again. How is everybody? I haven't done a hangout for a while live, but it's a kind of an exciting time today. I was browsing through the New York Post and came across this wonderful article, and the first thing that I did was press a link, and it got me over to money.net. And I'm quite excited about this, as you well know. I have sat at the Bloomberg terminal with another trader out of Florida, and of course, immediately became hooked, lardy dar, and sorely miss having a Bloomberg terminal that was being broadcasted privately with myself and a couple of other traders. So it was really exciting times for me. And I did not sign up for the Bloomberg terminal, and was delighted to see that um, you know self-funded traders such as myself can see what's happening under the hood with media analysts, earnings estimates, um, breaking news, etc. So certainly not here to sell their product, money.net. I did sign up for the trial, and we're trying to work out a couple of some issues dealing with my feeds that's coming through, so I'm on the line with customer service. So let me go ahead and do the screen share here and show you guys, and I'll go ahead and let you see. Hopefully, you'll see that. And okay. So let me go ahead and sign into my MoneyNet. And you'll notice that as I minimize my windows, I hope you guys are actually seeing some of this. Hold on just a minute. Screen share. Hold on just a second. So I'm going to screen share the MoneyNet, but that's the show itself. So what I want to do is I want to share my entire screen with you guys. Hold on. I'll share the entire screen. And there we go. So we'll go through some mirroring here. And while I go ahead and go to, see how that says start live? It's almost as though I'm not even recording, but I'm pretty sure I'm recording. Okay, so here we are. Here are my MoneyNet shortcuts. And I'll go ahead and get into MoneyNet. And I'll go ahead and log in. Now this whole, the prompts should take about 3 or 4 minutes, and so I don't know every module exactly yet. I did spend some time with it today, but had other things going on with my life, so I don't know the module names by heart, but you can see that there are a number of modules that are on the platform. Let me make sure that you guys are actually seeing me. That's a problem too. So I've got it opened up 4 Google Chrome windows. You'll notice as well too is that it brought down 2 windows, the Radar X-ray Analytics window and the World Clock automatically. And I think maybe this might be some of the problems. It's opening up replicating windows, and so when the prompt comes, you'll see that it's giving me a warning that I need to close down browsers and so forth, or else my service is going to be interrupted. Also, the technical charts, see how it's saying creating components. I have the spider, I think it's probably defaulted when you load it up, but the spider should be here. And then up here on the right hand side where it has the green button, it's letting me know that I believe that I'm getting a live feed. It does go red and it does go white, so I'm assuming that red is where the feed has diminished, and then the white is where the feed has gone dark. so I'm not really certain about that altogether. If you do hear an audible, there is a squawk voice that comes from their news feed here, and I'll go ahead and make sure that that's on, although that is a question that I have for customer service. We need to go live with this after the trial, is whether or not I have to ever be concerned that my squawk is on or off unless I have changed that in the tools settings. So, as you can see, there's the famous module for the news, and you can filter that as the news comes in. You can get ideas on how to filter that, whether you're looking for crude oil or Bitcoin, um, etc. Maybe you're looking for a particular. I thought this one was really interesting that I found today. Is that when you do the @ symbol, you'll go ahead and you'll get all of the Twitter, the legacy Twitter that comes through that MoneyNet has chosen. Assuming that I've noticed quite a few people that, of course, many of us follow, but that's an easy way of seeing what's going on with Twitter, but being curated through the eyes of the financial markets. And these are all the media sources here on the left-hand side. But for example, if I had typed in crude oil, it's not loading anything. That just means the meta tags are only picking up for the meta tag crude. But let's say if I was to do BBL, for example, it would be the same thing. It says that it's loading more. I wouldn't know about that. So we'll go ahead and just keep with the general purpose feed. And I think that if I ask for it to restore it back to its size, that it finds its way back in the module. But I think if what happened today is that Quiet expanded my window, and I have not been able to diminish the window yet. So I might not even be able to. Oh, there it is, tile modules. Okay, so there we go. All right, so we're just going to wait for this prompt to come up. And I don't want to speak too much about this because I'd like to go through the whole, they give you a little 10-minute kind of walkthrough. So I'd like to do the test drive, of course, on my own, go through the 10-minute walkthrough, and then do a video when I know a little bit more about the platform. I will tell you that for someone that has paid in the past a tremendous amount of money for subscriptions, I know that their subscriber fee is $50, and I'm certain that they probably have all these wonderful add-ons that you can build up your subscriber costs from that base. But I mean, it's unbelievable to get this feed for $50. So we know that we are still in the Hangout. We're still sharing our screen, and we are in MoneyNet, and I think we're doing fine as far as that goes. I hope. Let me go back to the Hangout. Make sure that it's still doing that, and then let me see if I can send the link to the rep. Customers. I don't know if I'm going to open up another Chrome. Let's see what I want to do. And I think that we can only chat in here if you are already a member. Pretty sure. It says market chat is for members only. Alright, so let me open up the Chrome. Let's go here. Yeah. Let's take that one to him. If not, then I'll go ahead and give it to him. I know while I'm doing this, it's going to pop up, so. Gmail. Thank you. So this will be Michael, and he's Director of Sales. So I'll send that to him. And I'll get back here. And back there. Okay, so I'll get back to the menu and make sure that it should be where I'm sharing the screen. So I think we're going to be fine. I want to share the screen. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So we'll just wait. And maybe he can see also that in the technical charts module, you can see that it's creating the components. And especially up here on the right hand side where the connection establish button is, icon, maybe he'll be able to see that going on. I will go ahead and maybe show you down below here that we do have the 5 bars, so we are getting good clean connection on the East Coast as well. So. We'll just see how it goes. I hope that he can hear me, so hi, I'm waiting. Yeah, hi Michael. How are you? See, I don't know if you could hear that or not, but I guess he's writing me back that it's on his side. So I want him to be able to actually see when the pop-up comes, so I'm not going to be going back and forth to see what you're having to say. And we'll just let it run. I'm the girl that's done 8 hours of Google Hangout Live, so I don't plan on this taking this much, but I'm just saying that even if I was just to walk away and let the screen run, that we could revisit it. Your team can revisit it and see it pop up. But this is what we see on our end as potential customers going through the trial. And I should probably, as we go through the trial, do a few of these. I think they would be helpful. That way I can just pass them on to my circle of influence. And maybe we'll even hear a squawk. Oh, that's right, that's what I was going to ask you about, the squawk voice. Do you see how it also has become gray or inert? So during the day-to-day, I went through the 3 levels just to make sure that I was getting the squawk. And I would like to have a feature where it allows for me to hear the squawk repeated, twice. Another thing that we brought up today was it was with Zane. It was really simple. Seemed something that you guys could do that was an experience on site of Daddy B. That's what we'll call him. In our theater, we'll call him Daddy B. That would be for Daddy Bloomberg. So he has to be happy, for you guys. I think that if there was ever any kind of a situation, please have him contact me as a self-funded trader and independent from a brokerage house with no professional education, and then you don't have a subscriber base or anything of that nature, that being with the few traders, I know that there are thousands of them, but a lot of them come from houses. I don't know how many individual traders. I know that our fellow in Florida, that the next Bloomberg terminal fellow is 250 miles away from him, so he doesn't even have any support, any social support whatsoever, except for to go through the actual customer support at Bloomberg. And so to have a smaller, it just feels more lightweight, and you can see how robust everything is, but it's more lightweight. You don't feel as though you need to be mainlined 24/7 to get your value out of it. So today, as you can probably see from the login, I've been so let me, it's not coming out yet, so maybe they're doing some diagnostics. Let me go back over to my Chrome and check out what you've got, what you're sharing with me. There we go. I can hear, this is your default view. I'll make a note of it. Why is that chart hanging? Can you please close it and reopen? Okay, I'm so sorry. Your chat, hold up, let me see everything that you're saying to me. Can you send me any pictures of a YouTube of the air? Yeah. Once what I can do is, once this goes into the can, if I put a timing prompt on a post inside of Google Plus, then it'll go immediately there. So let's say if this thing was to take a few hours, you could go immediately there. I can see, I can hear, this is your default view. I'll make a note of it. Why is that chart hanging? And can you please close it and reopen? Okay, I understand. Yeah, you're talking about the spider right here. So you're asking for me to literally close it, huh? Okay, I'm going to close it. And you'll see me go, then I'll go up to my modules and I will open up, I think that it was just called, what you guys call it, this chart? Yes, chart? Okay. Yeah, okay. And then we want to minimize, not minimize, we want to take it back. I don't know how you want me to take it back in the settings. We'll go with spider first. And my window might be a little slow right now too, because of okay, so there's the spider. And let's see if I can minimize it. So in this way it feels very much like a apple. Did you see that? I left clicked to try and move the chart, and sure enough, you see where the chart is right now? It's way up here, and I can't undo that. Let me go back to let's see what you're saying. Okay, Michael's saying, yep, yeah, we are fixing that. Yeah. So, I mean, I can't even X out. And when you click on the chart, it zooms on. I know. Yeah, and of course that you can't have that because I think the normal thing is for people to believe that they're left clicking and picking it up again. And of course they're not. Okay, so let me go back to MoneyNet, and you'll notice that even if I expand, because I'm so zoomed in now, which works out for me for some things, I have no way of closing it. Now I know that I can go, I believe I can go to the modules, and I can't close that module. So let's see. Do you want me to just get out and come back in? It just means that we just have to go through the whole sequence again, and I don't want to do it. Let's see what you're saying. Grab the chart and pull it down. Okay, fine enough. We'll do it. And for those of you that are just now kind of listening or maybe fast forwarded, of course this is Beauty. If you come here, you know who I am. And I'm on with Michael. And Michael is helping me work out some things with money.net. Check it out. I know I've been sharing the website all day today. So that's me to grab the chart, which you know I can't do. Do you see that? I can't grab it. I can left click and make it larger, you see? But I have no powers to grab the chart. You see that? I don't have anything. I have nothing to use. And because I've expanded it all the way, how in the world is that? Oh, that's just your crosshairs. Oh, very interesting. Because that wouldn't be so bad that it was zoom 1, zoom 2. But see, I have no way of moving it around because I can't get to that top menu bar. I can't get to that top bar up here. Can you see? And of course it doesn't come down here. And let's see if I go to my views. Add a new view. Delete the current view. Set current view as default, which I do not want to do that. And I can't get out of. Oh, you know what? Maybe I can. Right click. Ooh, that opened up another one. Did you see that? So I was able to open up another chart, but this one is still a bother up here. So let me kind of move it just up and away. Just move it right here. Okay, and I put a chart up, and it did take the last zoom, and that's another thing. So we would not want to. Could reset. Resets. I know that you can hear me, so let me ask you, should I just go ahead and reset? This is a 3 month, so let me go to my manager and check. It's not going to give me a tip because there's the tip back. Okay, fine. We're fine. We're cool. We're cool on this one, I think. I'll come back to your messages to me in just a minute. Just kind of goes back where it should be. And oh, dang it! So do you see now? I've lost this one too. Okay, I know. I'm gonna come here. I can hear you, Mr. Pop Pop. Hold on just a minute. Mr. Pop Pop. Okay. Well, then you closed it. You have the platform crunched up. Grab the bottom and expand down some. Yeah. Give yourself some room to work with. Yeah. Yeah. I've noticed this. Of course, when you have multiple tiles in one space, I think that is one thing that I would probably. I know that when it gets delivered to us, that of course you populated it, but having 4 or 5 tiles. How many tiles come in a default? Yeah, I know a lot. So. Okay, well, that shouldn't cause us a problem anyway, dealing with what we're trying to deal with as far as when this odd pop-up comes up about how that I have to close the browser and I have too many logins, and let's just wait for that to happen. And then I'll play around with this later. But I'm sure that you can see that that's fine enough that I can expand it there. What I can't do is bring it down. Do you see that? There's no, I can bring it sideways, but I can't bring it down. I'm sure you're probably being driven crazy. Also, in adding a module, you can click and drag in a blank space. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I do think that part of, as far as sales are concerned, it's so beautiful to have it load up and you just have all of this data. But for, what is it called, like the end user has got to become accustomed to the things that they feel that they need most. And I guess you probably have multiple, you can do multiple templates as well. I know that Daddy B, you can do multiple templates so that, if you're looking at one, it's responding back to me, so I guess that's a yes. Yeah, so I know that you guys have got this figured out. Oh, I'm sure. Do not think I don't want that list, okay? I want the list. Oh man. Yeah. Well, I mean, I poked around some today, but we were still in the market today too. I, I was so. Here, let me go back because I want to make sure that I'm still talking to. Let's see. That's us there. So now that's where I am. That's me there. Mom, I should be on this. That's that one there. X out of that. Which one is that? No. See, I've got, do you see that? How we've got 2 windows open? What I want to make sure is that Zane doesn't have me having 2 accounts because of the delivery of the password. And what had been going on is the delivery of the password should have been automatic, and so what he did was that he went to reset the password and then sent that email out. So maybe that has something to do with it. Okay, so let me get back to where is my screen? And also you notice that when we went back and forth that now I don't have this hawk voice. That's gone dark again. Now it could have been because the connection was reestablishing, that's possible. And that we have not heard any news. At least during this that we would hear on this call. And, I know that you've got tons of other things to do. I'm happy to just kind of let this run, and when it pops up, I'll note the physical time. And then when it goes in, once that happens, I'll just let it run for a couple minutes after that, so you guys might be able to see that it continually gives me a pop-up. I don't know what the repeat is, but at one time today I had 3 pop-ups. One I was able to bring down to the lower bar. but I will tell you that it makes, you can't do anything with the platform. You can still hear squawk, and the news still scrolls, but you can't go into any news stories, and the platform is unavailable until you exit. And then when you X out, it takes you completely out of that. We want to see. So I'll be the patient one. I'm just going to continue to go through my regular. And say thank you very much. And yeah. Yeah, you're welcome. Like I had said earlier, it's really cool for me to just, do the hangouts, the live hangouts, and talk about the platform, my experiences, um, do it from a user perspective, and if there's anything cool out of it, comes for you folks, that's fantastic. I'm on the complete opposite side of this. I'm not tech savvy, and I shouldn't really say it quite like that, but you know what I mean. I don't do your work. That's why we pay people like you to do the work. So you're much better at it. So that's what we're going to do. We'll say a kind, um, fond goodbye to Michael. And so that means that I'll be closing out of the money.net try it for free 7 days window, which you guys are seeing me in right now. And I'll go ahead, and if he's going to sign off, he's got to be in office. I'm signing off from him, but we'll leave the live hangout running until we see this prompt. So, yep, we'll absolutely do it. Thank you so much, Michael. And everybody say goodbye, and reach out to him and maybe give money.net a try. Okay, bye. Okay, so there we go. So I'll go ahead and close that window off, and you'll see that I'm still logged in. And this is the main window. And you can see some of these windows are kind of crunched up. So we can bring down the world clock and the radar X, which is a heat map. I can maximize this so you guys can see when the market is live. Actually, there are many. You get the S&P 500 sectors and subsectors. And for those of you that have been on any heat maps that are free to the public, such as FinViz, I'll tell you that this will probably blow your mind because it's in real time. And so that in itself makes up for, if you've looked at the FinViz platform, their paywall platform. So this beats out on that. The S&P 500 sectors, the S&P stocks, the Dow Jones, the indices, the NASDAQ 100. Now, as far as when I went into the Forex, I did notice that there was a bit of a delay, but I just have to go. And then there were questions about the futures. Now, usually these are add-ons that you would not be getting free feed data on Forex or the futures. But I don't know what kind of, like I said before, I'm not really too sure what agreements that they have or don't have. But the S&P, this is pretty general. But getting it in real time, and of course it's a heat map. So right now, maybe we get, it's 12:35. But this will be a good visual. And then let me move this module. I did this before, and now I need to come over here and restore the size to fit inside of the window. Now this is portfolio analysis. I have to go through this. I believe this is probably where you build your portfolio or another portfolio that you're working on or contemplating. And so each one of these windows, I do have to go through their 10-minute walkthrough, and they kind of do like a behind the scenes kind of 10-minute tour for those people that are just signing up. So I definitely will want to do that. And we'll go ahead and minimize the Radar X. And now we're opening things to be a little bit bigger. And I'll bring the chat down. And I'll get our market summary. Maybe, let's see where I'll do this. Market summaries down here. Portfolio analysis down here. I'm going to go ahead and bring this one down here. I'm going to just get the market summary. Open up this window. Because this has the Forex, the Ags, commodities, and alright, and then we'll open up our news module. And that's kind of a cool over nighttime kind of thing. Alright. Except for the world clock is nice to have. So let's see. I really need this. And of course I've lost the ability to so I know he's not going. What is she doing? Stop that. But I'll go ahead and bring the little clock up, which is now down here. Where's the little clock? There it is. Okay, this is always good. So, oh, here we go. Squawk. So we should hear squawk, guys. So I'm online. And did you see how squawk went off and on? Let me go back to squawk. There. And you should have heard an audible. Now because I haven't received that prompt, I will show you what happens when it's breaking news. Now, Daddy B, there's that loading data prompt, by the way. It's 12:39. 12:39. To write that down on my Google Plus. That the story will be expanded. I'm sure probably in maybe get the premium that you would actually get the full story, not just the headline. So we're going to go okay, except for we should get another. We should be getting squawk. Let's show the volumes up. Okay. Be too loud. I'm sorry that this looks so ugly for you guys too. We'll do a nice clean review when I go through. We'll test drive with you guys. Yeah, isn't that something? So now I'm not getting any of that. You see how it goes on and off too. So I would definitely miss that. That's not right now. We need to get that fixed. And it may just happen when I log back in. And if I log back in, it's just going to retime it, so we're not going to get that prompt. Okay, let me go through my Google Chrome windows. And there is that. There is that. And that. Okay. course, we know that we are on a 1 minute delay, everyone. About a 1 minute delay. If you're watching this live, um, you know that we have to deal with that. So. But what's really great is that I talked about this whole idea of rebroadcasting the live feed, is that there really is no conflict because you can't execute. I mean, there are actionable trades, of course, with a minute delay, but you can't really say that it's delayless. You could take action on anything that you would be seeing from either the curated sources or the market summary or any of it, unless you had anything information like that. Within your site. So the minute delay kind of puts it in another place. But the minute delay is something different with the actionable trades. But where it doesn't hurt any of us is that at least we can dig a little deeper in the stories and come to conclusions by seeing the ramp up of the story, become more familiar with other areas of the market that maybe that you hadn't really considered. I was having just a little bit of a conversation about why Tesla, there was a trader who was talking about why Tesla will just never be, Tesla won't be the company that it could be because of the battery issue and development of batteries. And so I just threw out there, well, I mean, what if they came up with another power source? And he was like, well, basically, there's only two power sources. I'm like, but you don't know Elon Musk. I mean, this guy, he can find, who knows what he's going to find. Give the guy a break. So it's things like that, so that we can go in there and start looking at the stories and what's out there, and is that the sentiment really of other people that Tesla would have some type of issue going forward. I mean, I think that just the design of the car has some value, and I don't think that we know, and I don't think that we should underestimate that. Of course, I'm just here speaking my mind. I don't have the other trader here to say what he's got going on. But if we had money.net, and he can do his own filtering of the news, and I can do my filtering of the news, and then we can come together and talk about these things without the guru's presence. I mean, I think that as we look back at how the Hangouts have developed, and for me, anyone that I ever spoke to always had an agenda, which is all right. It's okay to have a life dream and think that maybe you've got something to share that should be have a paywall behind it, and you don't know how that's going to happen, and then you talk to me, and you start talking to others, and then you build up some confidence, and then all of a sudden you're not having open conversation. You're not having a conversation anymore. After you do guru commentary, and so I think that something like money.net is an equalizer. And allows for, as you can see, there's news and things are happening, and when you have guru, the whole guru webinar, these go on for hours, and I just have to tell you that there's other things happening in the world, really, and the guru should be aware of that. Kind of come into a conversation, having to feel the connection. So scrambled just like any other trade. See, so all these I should be getting. I should be getting turn off sound. So if I go to turn off sound, which I don't want to do, now I'm going to turn sound on. And I could go to settings, but that's just the layout and colors. So that's not in the right place. I do want to say that for all these pop-ups, I think it would be helpful because you're moving so quickly in the market. I think it would be helpful to have the X out to do some another location tab. Because I could have just knocked myself off in those rooms by just simply having changed a setting. Oh, so the Dodgers, the Dodgers lost. Oh man. Okay, so it doesn't look like the prompt is coming up right now. Maybe Michael went back in. Let me see if I can. So you go into the Hangout itself. And oh, he came into the group chat. Look at that. Okay, thanks, Michael. I'm going to go ahead and bring this down, guys, and bring MoneyNet down if I can, and go ahead and open up another Chrome window and check out and see what's happening over at TradingView just real quick so I can check the chart. And then I'll go back over. So we're basically stuck where we've been. So there's nothing new there. And I'm going to bring my MoneyNet up. So I suppose it would be nice to have one window where, but I think that's can I move this one? No. But I really wanted you guys, well, two things. We're waiting for that pop-up, and I wanted you guys to hear the audible. And yeah, that chat over at the Hangouts, those are very hard for the broadcaster to monitor. That's why I didn't respond over there to you. And the way that I also set up my tabs tonight. But I've already posted a couple of analyst findings of their upgrades and downgrades. So I've done that on my Google Plus. So if I can put a basket of, I don't know, six names or so, and we'll see how they do during the trial. That would be kind of fun. But the way that it's been working since we've started this kind of divide and conquer approach with the market. It's been getting up at 4 and trading until today it was 49. This traded from 49.52 or something, and then I followed up after that. So he's asleep right now, and I'm awake. Well, what is Howard doing? Exactly. You should have known about that, though. Let's take a look at GTAT. You guys, let me open up GTAT here. Let's see if we can. I should see GTAT. So what did he? Because he woke up in the middle of the night too, I guess. And I don't know if any of you followed this chart today. Let's see if I can open it up here. And we're seeing volume, but I don't really need to see that. And let me see. 1 day tick, 5 day, 1 day. Okay, so the reason that we couldn't see it, guys, is that GTAT was up here at 10:45. I'm sorry, at 9:38. And then look at what happens, precipitous drop. Okay. So imagine that you have a holding, and I shouldn't feel bad because I don't know. In fact, I know that GTAT's been on. Let me do a year to date. That Howard has been. In fact, let me go back 5 years so it picks up the whole thing. Gosh, I can't even remember the first time. Probably back here. First time I ever heard him talk about it. I have to look and see. I know that it was on his list, on the StockTwits list, when he used to produce a list every week, and he threw a couple of the lists out to everybody that was on the air, and they were in beta. So he's been involved in this company. I don't know what. I should probably put the Ruby settings in here. Let's see if it'll allow me to do that and see if he could have told. Well, if I could have told him when would have been a good time to get out. I do believe that. Let's see. Let's go to overlays. So we're going to go to overlays. Go to overlays. Bring the menu over. Click there. Moving average. Let's see. It has exponential moving average up here. Go to our interval of 8. Let's see what's add. And so there's the 8. Let me go ahead and get rid of the 50. Go back over to indicator. It is considered an overlay, so that you guys know. Overlay would be an indicator that literally overlays on a chart. And it's a little different wording than what you're used to, maybe from trading view, for example. Okay, so exponential moving average number 2, which is what, a 41. And I don't think I can change the color, so I'm going to add that one, but it changes the color for me. I think when you're probably already up, you can change the color. So the 8 crossed over the 41, and it had been crossing over the 41. So in the big scheme of things, I understand this is 5-year data, but he's got this data. He should have seen that there was a crack in the veneer here. This in our world is called kissing, right? When we're looking at the smaller time frame. So if we go to the 5-year, that's what was happening with GTAT. If we go to the 1 year, this is a highly volatile name. As you can see, lots and lots of kissing. Let's go ahead and we'll change the moving, and it went to a 50-day moving average. So he knew what he was getting involved with, but September 8th, he was given a very stern warning on the 1 year. Go to 6 month. Okay, so we have collision. Go ahead and get rid of the 50. Very clear. The 8 travels underneath the 41, so the 41 is giving pressure. And I could probably get the 32 in here too so that you guys could see that he would have known. In fact, why don't I just go ahead and do that to see what happens. Let's do an overlay and exponential average, and we'll do a 32, but it's going to come out as a line instead of an area fill. And we're going to add. Okay, so if you could imagine that gray line is an area fill. Okay, imagine gray line is an area fill. He had to have known, even in this candle, the 3rd of September, the 6-month chart right here, the 3rd of September, that he had trouble. Serious trouble. Go into the 3-month. Same 841.32. Loading the data. It's kind of a boutique number. Yeah, so here once again, the 9th of September. This is why he needs to follow Ruby. Okay? He and everybody else he knows needs to follow Ruby. And we could go further. That's a 3-month. But I mean, he should be doing these condor passes. 10-day. This is just silliness right now. 5-day. I do wish I could zoom in here so you guys could see. But he was given clear warning way up to, what did we say? I mean, 3 months. And there had to have been, here's a sell-off doji kind of right here. Could have started to lighten his position, even if he still liked it. Even if he still liked it, he should have waited for something to come back into the 16s. Okay, so let me minimize that, because our own display things. And well, here we are again with another chart that we don't need to figure out how to take it. Put it up over there. And so we're not getting any squawk at all. And I wonder about that. I wonder if Google does not want us to have this squawk down. Meaning I'm wondering whether or not I will get a warning that I was trying to broadcast something that I don't know. Because I don't know what their audio, what their squawk is. So that would be interesting to see. I wonder if Google has written it. So let me go back to Chrome. Let me go to my email. Gmail. Oops, another thing. No. Go here. Yeah, see, this should all be audible. It's not the most fun audible. It doesn't. I think Daddy B, you can ask for different, or maybe they can't go to the premium service. And I think it should be slower tempoed. I think you should be able to ask for the audio to repeat itself 2 times, 3 times. And we're just not getting the prompt. Can you believe this? Sunrise. Someone went in there, figured it out. What is this? Wall Street Journal, have you heard we're on WeChat? Seriously. Right. Okay, try Chart Chat Connect, Wall Street Journal. Do that. You're on WeChat. Nobody's going to go over to WeChat and talk to you. Nobody. Come to Chart Chat Connect. You know why? Because we bring life to the charts. We bring voice to the charts. That's what happens when we all get together. And it's fun. It used to be fun. Okay, dudes. Well, we're not getting the prompt. And we're not getting the audio. So that's no fun for anybody. This is so bizarre. We're not getting the audio. Okay, so what I might just do is I might just log out, log back in, see what happens. So you guys mind that I do that? And I'll log back and I'll log out, and then I'll log back in. And I don't think sound is going So what ends up happening is I'm going to go ahead and X out here. Alright guys, X out. Up here. And let's see here. This is the show itself. Okay, so let's see what's happening here. Nothing's happening here. This is the event. Bring the event down. So that's the hangout window. That's the event. And let me open up here. I'll go ahead and log in. Okay, so it kept everything from before. Some weird things up at the top, but that's because Windows, so it didn't clean that up. Good. So does we hang out if we lose the screen sharing. No. And it looks like we've got two technical chat windows open here, which would have been correct. And when the little clock is there, go ahead and close that. go ahead and minimize the portfolio and just have the news up. Let's see if we can get it. And you see, this is an interesting story. Australian pension fund drops coal assets. I would think that the Australian pension fund is a very big fund.
ASX 200 preliminary closed down 0.19% of 5,282.70.
So see how that would be helpful if you could repeat it, you know? And I think that Howard Winston's tweets should be read. So, let's see, what does he say? There's a tweet coming in from Howard Winston. He writes, you know what's not dangerous enough? Jumping off a cliff in a wingsuit. Luckily, I can now Snapchat with fans. Then he cultofmac.com wild GoPro antics can now live stream help iPhone. And I don't have enough time to do that. That's how he's busy tonight. Okay. Well, I'll just read the news then. Samsung expects lowest profit in over 3 years. Now, have you shopped for any Samsung, guys? We used to be enormous Samsung purchasers of their television sets primarily. And now they are into everything, you know, or I think they probably were. But anyway, here's the story. World's biggest smartphone maker. The world's biggest smartphone maker is suffering a stunning financial decline in the face of intense competition from Apple and upstart Chinese brands. Samsung. Yeah, that I don't like. I don't know why it doesn't take me back here. So it opens up a window. The thing I call it 6 die in dengue virus outbreak in southern China. The reform brokers got something out he's
Standard
reading.
Bank revises start forecast weaker on C/deficit.
We'll go into this headline. The headline. I don't think it takes me out. Let's go to reform broker. When diversification feels like exploited. This evening read. Okay, so we'll go ahead.
RPA on hold until mid minus 2015, according to analysts at Encore.
So Joshua Brown writes, this is the reform broker. If you don't follow him on Twitter, you should, and you've probably seen him on television every once in a while. In my travels around the country, I'm fortunate to get a chance to meet
Standard Bank revises start forecast weaker on C/deficit. C started 11.25 versus US dollar in Q4. Analysts at Encore see the RPA on hold until mid minus 2015.
Truly great investors and fellow advisors being located in New York City, I'm equally lucky that everyone I want to meet also has to pass through my hood at some point or other. As a result, I can count some of today's most important and well-regarded financial thinkers and writers as friends. Tonight I'll be pointing you toward 2 new blog posts on diversification. written by two extraordinarily clear-thinking gentlemen, Ben Carlson and James Osborne, both of whom I've had the pleasure to dine and drink with in the last year. Ben and James have picked up on a theme I've been writing about for a while: the pathetic relative performance of global stock markets versus the S&P 500 in the last few years. They come at this issue as professional investors and as street-savvy portfolio allocators. They emphasize what's almost guaranteed to happen once the investor class becomes convinced that they are wasting their time with anything other than Facebook, Apple, and the rest of the anointed U.S. mega-cap stocks. I should mention that the USA trend of 2013 has continued throughout 2014. A year-to-date scorecard I made for the various stock markets is here. Here's a link. Ben Carlson, an institutional portfolio manager with a talent for pointing out simple investing truths, reminds us that the U.S. trouncing all other geographies is only a recent phenomenon. There are whole 10 and 20-year periods during which this has not been the case, he goes on. So when I do the Hangout again, what I'll try and do is open it up during a different window so I can do the reading, but you can still see the news coming in. If you wanted to, what else? So we're not getting the prompt, but that's the way of the world. Of course, but maybe you could see that the loading of data is happening, and after the loading of data happens, if I just let that roll around and not close it and reopen it, we may get the prompt. So let's see about that. So it is 1:13 a.m. in the beautiful eastern part of the United States of America, which is where I am at right now at this very minute. We have people that are headed out to Arizona, and they stay in Pennsylvania May through October, and then they pack their Suburban and they run on to Arizona from October to May. So we wish them safe travels. And Quiet and I were talking about, closing up houses, and I'm such a believer that, houses kind of need to have life in them, and it was one of the many things that bothered me, of course, about the housing crisis, was that these are just wasn't just brick and mortar. I mean, there's life, livelihoods, joys, changes, people's hopes, so much involved in a house going dark. And if you know that term, you've been to the theater and you know that when a theater goes dark, or that the theater is going to be going dark on behalf of this or because of there's money or there's a strike. It's exhilarating to see the market come back, just like it would be to have a Broadway show come back or off-Broadway show come back to life. So we'll see what this is like. To live near houses that are closed down for the winter. Because we're staying here. Well, speaking of Broadway, looks like we have lost an actress, Marion Seldes, died at the age of 86. Actress Marion Seldes, Tony Award-winning star of A Delicate Balance, who was a teacher of Kevin Kline and Robin Williams, amused playwright Edward Albee, and a Guinness Book of World Records holder for most consecutive performances, died Monday at age 86. Wow. So she was an Equus. Okay, so was she really? Look at everything that she's done. She was on the faculty of Juilliard. Other Broadway credits include Crime and Punishment, Chalk Garden, Milk Train Doesn't Stop Here Anymore. Goes on and on. She was inducted into the Theater Hall of Fame, marking 50 years in the profession. But she missed the ceremony because typically she was on tour with 3 tall women in Los Angeles. Get rid of some of these windows down here. Yeah, so that I don't think takes me over. Okay, so I think I'll go ahead and put a couple layers on it. I just don't mind. Maybe grab some water. I don't know if we're going to get this prompt, so I may just go ahead and leave it on and then just scroll through it later. Everybody else is probably, if Michael's listening or anyone from Money.net, you have to kind of get used to my sounds. You know how some people have like a creaky chair? Okay, let's see. Ooh. I also don't want you to get any first impressions in your mind about what the power is of Money.net coming to Google Live. So just because we're going through this little hiccup with my platform, doesn't mean that people should be encouraged, to check you guys out. And I'll do, like I said before, I'll do a couple videos and see how it goes. Okay, so do I have water? I'm gonna have to crack up though if that prompt doesn't come up. Oh, I like that story. Honeysuckle tea could fight flu. Boiling honeysuckle releases molecule. Mmm, that's a nice story. Mm.
4. Star analyst Keith Weiss from Morgan Stanley downgraded rating on dollars QLIK to hold. Keith has a 70.3% success rate.
So there we go. We're not going to discount any of the analysts with success rates over 70% while we're doing this. So that's at QLIK. I believe this is a repeat, though, of the story, but let me build a chart on it right away. QLIK. Q. Okay. Go. All right. Says it's loading the data. Let me know about that. One day. Tick. There it is right there. Okay, so it did not keep my settings, right? And what was the disposition? I was downgraded. Okay. And it's a
Major FX option
$26.41.
levels of note for today, 7th of October 2014, including 1.3 billion tipped in euro to the US dollar of 12595126000.
So we would go ahead and build the 841.32 and see what opportunities there are in the name straight away. I just don't know if I want to go through the whole. What are the settings again? Settings? No. Okay, come on now. Let's see. Tick settings, max markets, pop out settings. Dokes. I did so well on this before. Now why can't I get the settings now? Or maybe here we go. That should do it. Minimize, maximize, pop out, settings. Technical chart settings. Colors, scan. Overt settings. Oh, there that goes again. Dang it. Cancel. Okay. Where did I? Maybe it's because I'm not opened up for them. Oh, there we go. There it is right there. The indicators, overlays. I'm going to do one. Two. One, two, three. 32. Okay, so we're on a 1 day. Is that right? I don't think I want to zoom necessarily. Okay, I just want to clean it up a bit. So basically what this analyst, here's a 5-day chart. Michael and the team, if you guys can hear me, thank you so much. Maybe, I don't know, you're able to get in there and deal with that. Oh boy, that's not good. Okay, so I'll go into the 1 day. Okay, now it's getting a little laggy. Maybe you guys can see that too, how long it's taking for me to get a chart up. All right, so what's happened here? Clearly we had the cross, then there was this congestion of unknowingness. This is on a 1 day chart on QLIK. And Weiss has issued a downgrade on the name. It's trading at 26.41. It was down 2.22% on the day. And, the poor thing is just in this viper's grasp right now. And I don't think he's making much out of. There is a pattern that if he's wrong, price had better lift off. Let me go to a 10-day duration, see what that gives me. This is what I thought was kind of interesting, is that you'll notice that the attempt over the top of the W, the congestion here, and then there was this decision to lift off. This, and then of course the fall over. This is all, to me, especially because these are lower highs from the prior highs. So there would have been some concern here. Another rally, and now he's going to downgrade it. Right now, downgrade it. So it looks like it's been a slow bleed for a while. Go to the 3-month. It's on a new issue, is it? I should go description. I should just go description. Oh, tearsheet.money.net. A money tear sheet. Well, how nice is that? Well, I like that. So that's new. And I didn't find that today. And launch the latest research report, and it gives you. This is very nice. Okay, so this is very similar to Daddy B, except for also there's been downgrades coming in. It looks like Morgan Stanley downgraded them. Earlier this morning. You'll notice that, well, the one thing it doesn't have the analysts that are covering. It has analyst estimates. Let's see. I don't want to go too far into that. So go ahead and change that. That's nice. and it's just having a hard time. Well, we will have to check it out tomorrow. I'll do a trading view chart on it. Easier to see. And put that back over here. Put it over there. So just minimize it and get it the right kind of parallax. Over there. I do like this one here. And I think maybe once you've gone, I like nice clean windows. So just put it right over here. All right. Okay. I love articles like that too, the most innovative cities. But what I'd like to do is get I don't want this to open. What it's doing is that it's opening up the window in an already open browser. I would prefer that browser was completely dedicated to the opening of the news pieces. And it looks like I have. And just so that you know too, when it says like 0 viewers, what that means is that I only, well, first of all, I only sent it to, so that you can go live, you have to at least let one person know. At least that's what I know. But I don't think we're getting what we were hoping that we would see tonight on this silly pop-up, Michael. So maybe it's resolved itself because we're in a new day or something. Maybe the reset, password reset, link or file or what have you, cleared its way out of the system. So let's just believe that happened and that all things are good, and that means that I'll go ahead and close out of my windows here. Thanks everybody that will take a look at this in the future. It will be archived on YouTube, and this has been Beauty Bubble for money.net, and I'm going through their 7-day trial right now, so I will be doing a few videos on my experiences with money.net, and so let's hope for good things with them and much success to them, of course. Incredible story. Look it up if you'd like to on your own. Howard Lindzen, I'll just end it with Howard. Great way to end any day with Howard Lindzen. On the Piper Jaffray has a $23 price target on GTAP. I'm sure that there's probably some whatever's got a smiling face or whatever on the end of that. But we'll follow up on it tomorrow. So I'm going to go ahead and end the broadcast now. So thanks a lot, guys, for tuning in. More than if you do. I'll be doing some tags on this over at G+. Do a listen back of it and etc. etc. So I'll be stopping the broadcast right now. Bye, everybody. Oh, let me see. Yeah, that's all. That's all that I have. Everybody knows how to reach out to me, so thanks a lot. We'll see everybody soon. Bye-bye.